China has just hacked the United States, but not just China. Several cyber attacks happening. Take a look at the latest headlines. Chinese hackers exploited a bug to compromise internet companies. Cucamonga Valley Water District hit by a cyber attack. Cyber attack disrupts Seattle-Tacoma Airport system for the third day. Hackers claim to have hit U.S. Marshal Service with a major cyber attack. Top U.S. oil field firm Halliburton hit by a cyber attack. And I forgot to mention, all of these articles coming out in just the past 24 hours. Now, we've been hearing these warnings from the FBI for quite some time. Chinese hackers specifically infiltrating America's critical infrastructures. Now, if you want to prepare for potential attacks that we're hearing will be coming, I have one particular resource that we have not discussed before that I'm going to have available, and this is going to help us stay focused and alert. And there is a special opportunity, but more on that coming later on in the video, so stick around for that. But look at some of the major warnings that have come out. America's drinking water is facing attacks. These links go back to China, Russia, and Iran, some of our major enemies right now that we are facing direct threats from. And if you missed the World War III direct threat to the United States that I shared with you that came out just last night, stick around to the end because I'm going to have some more updates for you on that as well. And take a look at this. Tensions at home and abroad pose a growing threat to the U.S. power grid. Power grid electrical failures, water systems, drinking water, transportation, communication, our internet systems, all of these are under attack right now. And what we're hearing is that these cyber attacks, they are compromising these systems, not necessarily initiating the attack, but holding off. And why? Because they want to do it all at the same time as we enter into war. They are preparing and strategically planning for attacks all at once. Now, I'm going to share with you the latest video footage and articles so that way you can see it for yourself. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything that's unfolding, take a quick second, hit that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Also, to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. And with that being said, though, let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest that has been unfolding in just the past 24 hours as we're hearing that China has hacked various U.S. systems. I'm going to get you caught up as to what they're saying. Let's go ahead and dive right in. But first, a quick question. Do you find yourself feeling tired or sluggish during the day, unable to focus, but don't really like the effects of having additional caffeine? Well, if that's the case, I just took the 7-day Magic Mind Challenge, and I feel pretty good. I've been feeling focus and clarity, which makes sense since it's scientifically designed to enhance thinking while creating calm and sustaining long-lasting energy. Unlike caffeine, Magic Mind has helped me to not feel anxiety or sleeplessness when I drink it. Magic Mind isn't harmful to your body, and it doesn't have the addictive elements that caffeine has. However, if you enjoy that morning cup of coffee, you can still have it and have Magic Mind alongside of it. And it won't overstimulate you. It'll just elongate that focused feeling that you get from that morning cup of coffee. Now, Magic Mind is so confident in your satisfaction, they offer a no-risk, 100% refund, no questions asked, if you are not satisfied within the first 100 days of purchase. They also donate 5 cents for every bottle sold to mental health charities that help out homeless communities in the United States. So get your focus back without the jitters or the evening crash. Use promo code SteveRam20 to get 48% off of your subscription over the course of the next 10 days, or use it for a one-time purchase to get 20% off. And try Magic Mind. Link in the description below.
Let me get your take on China, General. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is continuing his trip in China, where he met with the country's foreign minister, Wang Yi, in an effort to quell tensions before the November election. He's discussing the potential for another summit between Xi Jinping and Joe Biden before he leaves office in January. Sullivan's trip comes as the Washington Post reports that Sisi-backed hackers have deeply infiltrated at least 2 U.S. internet service providers in recent months in order to spy on Americans, users, whether it's businesses or individuals. Cybersecurity experts note the jump in sophistication of these attacks from Beijing. General, here we have, again, a similar situation. The attacks keep on coming from communist China, from a surveillance balloon to now these new hacks into internet service providers in America. And yet we go to China as if none of this is happening and have these talks to hope to get the relations back on track.
Yeah, I think this is probably the 4th meeting that Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor, has had with Wang Yi. It has led, to improved communications, mill-to-mill communications and diplomatic communications, and I'll give them that. But we have to have our eyes wide open about what's really happening here. I think this is a step in the direction to try to get a meeting with President Biden before the end of his term, either on the sidelines of the G20 or the Asian Pacific Economic Summits. That both of these events are coming up.
Why? What is that meeting going to do? Why? Why do we need another meeting? What is the meeting going to do?
It's just to put Biden on the international stage once again with President Xi at the end of his term. Nothing's going to come of it. I mean, China knows there's a new administration that they're going to be dealing with post-November, one way or the other, and it's not going to be the Biden administration. They will talk, certainly, to Jake Sullivan here, likely because they don't know what his future is either in the potential of an administration coming forward on the Harris side.
Yeah.
But the talks, I think, no one's going to say, let's not talk to them. Of course we got to talk to them, but we got to keep our eyes wide open here. Just as you pointed out, China is conducting the most comprehensive penetration of American society in the history of the nation. I personally believe, if you read in between the lines when Director Wray of the FBI is talking, I think they are overwhelmed by the absolute number of these attacks that are increasing daily against the United States of America.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're finally making some progress on fentanyl precursors coming out of China. Public reports are saying we're making some progress. I think it remains to be seen. The facts are China's repression continues at home and their aggression continues abroad.
Wow.
They've not changed any of their goals whatsoever. Dominate and control the Indo-Pacific region, replace the United States as the world's global leader. They are about that business every single day.
Now let's take a look at this article that's going to be linked in the description below to give us a little bit more context as to what has unfolded here. It says a Chinese hacking group exploited a software bug to compromise several internet companies in the United States and abroad, a cybersecurity firm said on Tuesday yesterday. Researchers at the firm, Lumens Technology, said in a blog post that the hackers took advantage of a previously unknown vulnerability in Versa Director, a software platform used to manage services for customers of Santa Clara, California-based Versa Networks. It said 4 U.S. targets and 1 non-U.S. victim had been identified. Lumens did not name the victims and did not immediately respond to a request seeking further details. Versa Networks issued an advisory on Monday acknowledging that the vulnerability had been exploited in at least one known instance by an advanced group of hackers and urged customers to upgrade their softwares to fix the bug. Lumens' blog post said that its researchers assessed with moderate confidence that the hacking campaign was carried by an alleged Chinese government-backed group nicknamed Volt Typhoon. The attacks happened as early as June 12th, Lumens said. And this is the same group that we heard warnings from FBI Director Wray on exactly. Volt Typhoon. And you heard in that video clip, they said that right now the United States is essentially just overwhelmed. We've heard the FBI Director say that for the U.S. government's every one cyber defense person, there is 50 Chinese hackers trying to infiltrate our U.S. infrastructure systems. The Chinese embassy in Washington did not immediately respond to a request seeking comment, although Beijing routinely denies allegations of its involvement in cyber espionage. The U.S. officials did not immediately respond to a request for a comment, but on Friday, the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency added the Versa vulnerability to its list of known exploited vulnerabilities in the U.S. And I shared with you initially we had heard there were dozens upon dozens. Now the FBI saying they believe that multiple times that have been hacked infrastructure systems across the United States. Brandon Wales, the recently departed executive director of the CISA, was quoted by the Washington Post newspaper on Tuesday as saying that China's hacking efforts had dramatically stepped up from where it used to be. Volt Typhoon has emerged as a group of particular concern to U.S. cybersecurity officials. In April, Federal Bureau of Investigations, or FBI Director Wray, said China was developing the ability to physically wreak havoc on U.S. critical infrastructures, and that Volt Typhoon has burrowed into numerous U.S. telecommunications, energy, water, and other critical service companies. And also, we've received warnings of direct threats of World War III coming out from Russia. We're hearing that Russia and China are working simultaneously together against the United States. Now, to get more updates as to what is unfolding with this direct World War III threat to the United States, be sure to check out this video right here next as I cover covered it in detail for you. And as more comes out, I'll be sure to share here on the channel so that way you know exactly what is going on. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.